Oh no, we are
Ah!
live once again,
Oh, one second.
hanging out with the Harvester and the Neck Pissa, and we got Chuckles in the house. Newly acquired at LSP, Lyrical Snuff Productions. Is that how that goes?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
spot
did it
on.
right. Huh? Right off the bat. All right, so Harvester, go ahead and say hi to our guest while I share this real quick. All right.
Yes, sir. So, how you doing tonight, bud?
Doing good, brother. Excited as a motherfucker to be on this show with y'all, man.
Well, that's dope,
Thank
man.
you for
You've
being
been on
here.
here once before, right?
Yep.
Oh yes, one time before.
Yeah. So, what do you got? You got anything special you got going on right now?
So far I got an upcoming show that's coming up in March called March Massacre. I got a new album with DJ Lil Sprite that's coming out in spring. I just been all over the place of work, you know what I mean? So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's killer, man. Yeah, it's good to be busy, you know?
Always, man.
So, I know we're waiting kind of for Bootleg to share some stuff and get some more people in here, but I was going to say, get ahead of the game a little bit. You know, you got anybody that you're really excited to be working with this year, maybe?
For this year, I got a new song with Danny Diablo. Hopefully they'll be coming out for this month. So he and I work on a metal project that's coming out soon. So you definitely guys are gonna be in for a rush for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be killer.
I like metal.
Yeah. Oh, look at Bootleg's back. Loser.
Okay, so I would like to know because last time we had you on, you were gaining traction, doing your own thing down there, or I mean out west because you're a little, you're out that way. So like, let us know, man. How did you gain the attention, and how did it go getting signed to the label?
Oh man, it's just like how it all started was in November of last year. I got a phone call from Lynch. He actually added me to the group chat with LSP like right out of nowhere before I even knew I was even signed up. So he said, "Hey, give me a call. I got something to talk to you about." So I called him up, and he reached out and say, "Hey, me and Scum have been talking about you lately, and I think it's the best time for you that we got you on the team and everything." So I was like, "Dude, sign me up. I'm fucking ready."
See, that goes a long way if you just, hand out that olive branch of communication with people.
Exactly, man. Especially like I've been working with LSP for so long, even when I was not on the label, but we've traveled from state to state together, done so many festivals together, and everybody has always helped me out during my whole entire career itself. So I'm very grateful to be part of the family officially.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome, man. Like I remember getting you on the show the first time. It was just like you and Doc Gruesome are two of my favorite guys out west right now.
Oh yeah,
Like
man.
definitely,
Shout out to
hands
Doc
down.
Gruesome, by the way.
Agreed.
So, where are you out of, Chuckles?
Born and raised in San Jose, California, Bay Area raised.
That's killer, man. Not a lot of horrorcore coming out of that area, you know. Not a lot of that whole genre, you know.
Exactly. It's like it's very rare indication unless you're like Kung Fu Vampire, but I wouldn't really consider my boy as horrorcore because I feel like he's more gothic hip hop over that. But I feel like as out of everybody is in my city, I feel like I'm the only one that does more of the evil shit around that city.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do, man. I'm
Yes,
serious.
sir.
Like it isn't easy in this genre for people to get noticed. And I mean, I was just talking to somebody at my work about this. I was like, the rap artists that I listen to, most of them they have to be more clever than just what they represent, where they're from, all that shit, or flexing about how much money they got.
Hmm.
Because most of them don't have no fucking money. They're just trying to. You guys toss what you got into the gimmick that you are to put more into it to make yourselves reflect what you are representing, as opposed to like. I mean, you guys don't have to flex. I mean, you guys are just doing like, and that's what I get. that's what I love about this scene. Nobody's so fucking on top of everything that they're just killing it to the point that they can brag that much. I mean, y'all are on the same level at the most part, for the most part, except for maybe some of them that get signed to Psychopathic or M&E. They get a little bit,
Exactly.
and you guys at LSP don't do bad yourselves. But I'm just saying, everybody still has to pretty much work a normal job and maintain what they're doing also as a labor of love, your music.
Exactly. And it's especially what I do in my music. It's like I never cared for like the money itself. It's like I love entertaining y'all and the family itself as an artist itself. Because the everybody I come to shows and bring that energy, it just like that's brings to my heart more than anything. You know what I mean?
Go make me a sandwich, Baroness.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Especially like it's the more you put in hard work to your craft and everything, the attention will come to you. It's like it doesn't have to be about the money. It doesn't mean about the how you put yourself as an artist itself. You know what I
He's
mean?
coming back. There he is.
So Chuckles, who does your mask work, brother?
For my mask right here is all customized by my boy Ron Sambol. He's a mask maker from the Philippines who does all kinds of sick ass work for bands. He's even made Doc Rusom's mask himself because he has a whole bundle of masks he's got working on for him. Yeah, he's the
Yep.
main dude that helped me out with this.
I snagged one of them. He does great work.
Absolutely, dude.
Oh yeah, every work that he posts up on his platforms is always phenomenal and like always great quality. And like I can talk briefly out of the mask, I can breathe through it without no problems and everything. It's super fucking comfortable.
That's dope. What do you got on your chest, man? What's that? What you got for a jersey? What are you rocking? What are you supporting? What are you?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir. Gotta
He's got
represent the
label
team, brother.
jersey right there.
Yeah, nice.
That's fucking fresh.
Hell yeah.
You
So
got any
proud
new
of you,
merch
man.
drops or anything?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For my first LSP merch, it's gonna be coming out hopefully by spring. My boy Grimjob69 wrapped up the design for me, and I hit up Labs and Hammer Rags for the full T-shirt designs itself. So as soon as Scum posts up the details, I'll definitely get y'all with the link for show.
Yeah, and we'll get that up there. Get it on the Hordecast page and stuff, and maybe share your stuff around.
Yes, sir, man.
Absolutely, dude. I was just getting ready to say though, man, I'm so proud of you because, like I said, last time we had you on, like, it just goes to show that your grind has paid off over this time. You know that you've done all this shit. It's
Hell
fucking
yeah,
awesome.
man. Thank you very much, by the way, man. It's just all the love and dedication from y'all is the reasons why I keep on pushing to this day, man.
Hell yeah.
So now that you're on the new label, when can we expect some, you know, some like some music coming out?
For music, I'll be dropping hopefully 2 singles by March itself. I just gotta wait for my engineer to get back. His house is he so far he has his house reconstructed at the moment. So as soon as everything's all fixed up, I can get back on rolling with studio time. So far, I've just been recording on my garage just to get everything like out of the way before I can send it off to all the mixings and masterings to him. So definitely be on the lookout because these new goodies I got going on I'm excited to release them out.
I'm excited
It's
for
good
it,
shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And as for my new album with DJ Lil Sprite, hopefully by either summertime or around the spring season, I'll hopefully get that out soon for sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I got a question for you, Chuckles.
For sure.
Your music gets pretty dark. Fucking, how do you go to a place like that and maintain?
When this one more time, I'm sorry.
I said your music can get pretty dark. How do you like maintain and stay cool?
Oh, that's the real question right there. It's when I get to like that dark persona of my music, sometimes I would just like think something positive right off the bat because every music I put out is always like dark and energy from like the shit that I'm going through with life itself or like problems in the past, I always put it to pen and paper and just release it out. Kind of therapeutic wise in a way. So if I can't do the shit that I say in my lyrics, like stab a motherfucker in his face and shit like that, I could just put it out, scream that out on the mic. You know what I mean? That's the most refreshing part out of everything.
That's awesome.
That's why I write a lot of stuff about buttholes and titties.
Exactly.
Oh my God, you're so fucked up, dude. Anyways, I don't know if I asked you this last time, but who inspired you? Like, who was your inspiration growing up? Like, who did you look up to, like, musically?
Musically, I've been into gangster rap music my entire childhood, but by the time I was like 14 years old in 2006, I eventually got into like the horrorcore scene itself. Like it first started off with ICP and Twisted, but I would say Esham was the main artist that literally dwelled me into the realm of horrorcore itself, which led me to his music, to his group Nodis, which inspired me to do more of the horrorcore scene, like hardcore wise. But as for my singing and chopper wise, Shy One was the main dude that really inspired me a lot because his flow was more like so eerie and dark. Like he wasn't always about that murder, kill shit with his shit. It's just when he sings it, this dark like feel for it, it just gives you chills, and that's what really like sparked the match to say, "Fuck it, I want to start doing this shit." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I noticed that you throw an element of singing into your music as well.
Yes, sir.
And that does, in my opinion, I don't think it's done enough. I'm just gonna say that right now. There's a lot of people out there that can flow pretty well, but when you can actually tune your voice and do something, there's not enough singing out there anymore, guys. Come on, throw out some love ballads for the ladies.
Oh, you heard me. I'm a songbird, baby.
Oh yeah, I know you're a songbird, and you let them pipes go when you want to, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like you had to sing it out what your heart feels, you know what I mean? It's like that's one thing about my music. I'm very like versatile with the styles I do. There's times I could do like screams or metal vocals or even traditional hardcore rap style, or sometimes I could even put it to singing, like just sing it out, you know what I mean? Because always been down with that for so long. It definitely fits so well with music itself. Something that just gives chills to your spine or something that gives you grooving, you know what I mean? That's my thing.
I liked how Bone Thugs and Harmony could go from like really gangster shit to uplifting shit to really eerie shit at times.
Yeah, exactly. Like even like back in the day, they were all about that wicked shit like back then, but they still have like that smooth, like eerie singing voice along with it itself, and it's so like perfect with it. You know, that's the shit that I like.
That's because sometimes you got to make panties moist. You know what I'm saying?
That's the facts of life right there.
Yeah, that's when you crack open some 40s and play some Boys to Men. But anyway, the first time I sat and really listened to the lyrics with some friends when I was smoking weed with them, and I heard Bone Thugs mention Leatherface.
Yeah, like, that shit was fire right there.
I was like, are they talking about the movie, or are they actually talking about like going psycho on somebody like Leatherface? Like, I was intrigued by that, and then this was before I heard ICP and was into them. Like, I had heard of Bone Thugs because they were more mainstream,
Yeah, exactly.
I met some really fucked up trailer trash kids from the wrong side of the tracks, and they're like, no, you should be listening to this shit. Fuck Limp Bizkit. You need to listen to some clowns. And now
I like 666 Mafia. They're pretty good.
Yeah, 36 Mafia too. They're that whole level like wicked shit. Especially like Lord Infamous himself, God bless his soul.
Yeah.
He was really about that lifestyle, like worshiping the devil and shit. Well, people thought it was Esham. Lord Infamous was that main dude that was all about that shit. Especially like cats down in Memphis were all about that devil shit style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So who, in your opinion, really started the horrorcore genre? Did it start in Detroit or did it start down there?
if I would have to say what particularly started, because every different artist has started their own type of style, but if I have to say, I'll have to say Texas. If I would say Texas, I would say Gangsta Nip and Ghetto Boys were like one of the mains that started that whole genre itself before it even was horrorcore. You know what I mean? Then it branched off to like that. Then you got 3 6 Mafia. Then you got the Flatliners up in the East Coast and Gravediggers, and even
the Gravediggers were the first ones I heard, other than
Gravediggers are my shit.
Hell yeah.
6 feet deep, baby.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was a good fucking record.
And it's crazy too when you see RZA even do horrorcore. And I was like, that was the first one I discovered about his shit, because I always thought he was like more into Wu-Tang until I discovered about his second group. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking nuts. I fucking dig this shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I fucking love Wu-Tang Clan, dude. That was like the first album or the first rap group that I heard that I was like, man, this is some hardcore shit. Like the first time I heard that, I was like, I better not let my parents hear this. You know, that's what I thought when I heard that record, dude. The 36 Chambers. I was like, turn that down. Don't let my mom hear that. You know
Full blasting that shit. I was saying, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Shit, man. Like, and I had a friend that was Mexican, and he would fucking blare it on his boombox in the fucking bus on the way out to the high school. Oh my god! or the intro to The Coming on fucking Busta Rhymes' first record, where he says they're gonna bring a ruckus to all the motherfuckers. Like, he played that fucking cranked up super loud.
That's where you know that's the shit that just brings everybody around. You know what I mean? Wu-Tang has that energy that it's like a cult following more than any other.
Absolutely, man. See, I like talking about some of this old hip hop stuff that I used to be in, and it's like, and not too many people think that because I used to be a metal kid that I didn't like some rap music. But man, I'll tell you what introduced me to rap though, and bottom line, it's what got me into it was I got the soundtrack to Last Action Hero, and I liked all the rock bands that were on there, and I liked the movie when it came out, and it had Cypress Hill, Cock the Hammer.
Yeah,
Cock the Hammer.
That was the first song I ever heard. I was like, man, I think I like hip hop. And ever since then, dude, it was like a fever. Every time I heard a new group that I really got into and liked, and there was so much going on in that genre that there was so much to pick from, and it was in like its infancy. So it was really cool to see what came out of it.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, Cypress is another band though that doesn't really have any bad albums. You know what I mean? Like, they got they're straight bangers on every album.
Yeah, man. It's like every album they put out each year is always like phenomenal. There's never no disappointment, no songs you skip over. Every song in the album they put out, it's unique. It is.
Didn't they do some like orchestra instrumental shit too on one of them? Like, they don't fuck around, man.
Yeah, they did it live at the Fillmore, and that's got like rock instruments and shit in it. And they've
they go fucking hard. And that's like there's a lot of like
are also done in Spanish as well, so you can find those. And again, my Mexican friend Marco had all those records and would play them when we were doing dishes in the back of the restaurant we worked at.
Their shit they do it's like Tequila Sunrise, and they do it in Spanish. That shit's dope as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like the flow that they got in Spanish is fucking killer, man.
I always prefer like listening to their shit in Spanish more over English because it's so fire how the way they portray it. You know what I mean?
I always thought that metal bands that did their shit in their own language from Mexico were fucking. I liked El Nino back in the day. I liked fucking Brujeria, Asesino. What was it? Puya. I saw them at fucking Ozfest. All these bands, man, it was really cool to hear them sing in their native language because, most of us in America don't get to hear anything but what's on American radio. So when you're exposed to something it's so fucking cool. And some of the horrorcore from down in Mexico, oh my god, that shit you gotta put
the horrorcore scene in Mexico is insane, man.
But they had a band that Guar was talking to, and they were like, even Guar was like fucking grossed out by what they were talking about. They were like, yo, our shit's our gimmick. And these guys were like, well, we rape and kill, like they were fucking all in on it, Even Guar had to be like, we don't fuck with you, like that's how hard that the band out of Mexico was going.
Well, because if you live out in Mexico, Mexico is a grimy motherfucking country because they seen in a whole bunch of crazy shit like the cartels and all kinds of craziness. So I understand what they say in their lyrics is probably true what they see, and that's what makes it disturbing, the way how they live that lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I live in Arizona, so I've been down to Mexico a few times.
Oh yeah. And that's why I love bands like even Slaughter to Prevail from Russia too. When they sing in their native language in Russia, that their shit goes fucking hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like they got an unfair advantage though, man. German too. Like when the German guys start getting all crazy and like their language already sounds aggressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you got a guy with like a gnarly voice and he just screaming in German or Russian, it's like already it's an unfair advantage.
Especially like how they portray it, like in that demonic type of voice, especially from Alex's style too. It's like crazy. Like even when I watch his live performances too, when he doesn't have the microphone and he still screams it out, you can still hear from a live thousands of fucking crowd. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah. What are you doing up there, bootleg?
Oh, I ain't doing shit, man. So what's up on your next giveaway there, sir?
Oh, so we got a giveaway, and I believe it's the end date. The giveaway will be ending on March 11th, I believe. I'd have to look it up, but it's on my post. And it's going to be for your choice of a bag from Legion Artworks. The dude makes killer stuff. He's talking about even bringing out some vaulted stuff, as long as it's not like one-off specific for people, but he's really he's done our emblems for like my logo for the Hordecastlive. He's a really good dude. His name is Jonathan McLaughlin. I mean, that guy's really put in a lot of work for the scene too. So The best thing I felt we could do is, hook up with him and put a little package together to get it out to the fans, try to spread the word of Zombags
Are you saying I can't win that one-off whipstick fucking
Yeah,
bag?
He's not going to do the one-offs. They're specific.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So you really had to compete in order to win that prize right there. You can't get no freebies.
I want either the neck pizza bag or that sweet-ass harvester bag. That's what I'm wanting.
Yeah, there's he's got some really hot stuff that it's, he's got such a huge collection of things you can pick up,
I'll tell you what, the SON bag is pretty fucking fresh too. I was impressed.
Yeah, like he just got some really hot stuff. I like the Baraka bag too. Like I'm a Street Fighter guy, so yeah. But and then I talked to Dustin and Tyler. They both got their giveaways from the last giveaway. And that's pretty good, man. So shout out to those guys. Thanks for hitting me up. Letting me know it reached out, And speaking of that, those were gift boxes, like kind of random selection stuff from the Misfits, because we're still trying to bring those boys home.
Yes, sir.
Those Misfits, man, supple body rod. They're probably doing weird things to that guy. He's got the meats, you know what I mean? Like, he's got the things dudes like.
Oh, they got the meats. They got every type of things on them.
Oh, man.
It's true. Our boys have been missing for a while. We miss them a lot. And a lot of people are blaming me for what's going on. But I'm pleading the fifth.
Yeah.
I think there's still some boxes out there. If you reach out, the guys that have them trapped up, locked up, roped up, whatever, those guys still have their phones, and there's some like kind of like grab bag boxes out there. So if you guys reach out, anybody here wants to reach out to them, that's something that you can take part in. Maybe grab some like killer merch at a pretty decent price.
Yes, sir.
And help us bring those boys home.
Yeah, because last time I seen Michigan Misfits were on Doc Rusom's last album, the last time I heard from him.
Yeah. They were offering features too. Like they were, the kidnappers had put them up to do features to try to rake in that ransom. And just, I don't know where that's gone, but I'm really worried they're just going to do some really nasty stuff to the boys.
Oh, I don't want to. I'm even scared of what they're about to do to them, even anally or like or even worse.
Yeah, I mean, you grease them up, do little dirty things to them.
Oh, just imagine it. It's just like gives you shivers.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you guys aren't reaching into your pockets and pulling out those ducats and just spending a couple of dollars, like just like how they used to do with those little Ethiopian kids, $1 a day.
I don't know, man. Because look, this is what I seen on their fucking fan page. It looks like to me that the Michigan Misfits have taken the money and become chicks.
Man,
they had a sex change.
I'm telling you, there's a couple of women that are either dressed up really well like the Michigan Misfits, or they just went out and they took all that ransom money to become a couple female horrorcore rappers.
Saying in incognito.
I'm saying, I don't know. Something doesn't add up here. It's getting kind of weird.
Been a lot of stuff happening lately, that's for sure.
If you know that you went on for a sex change, that means you're really on a lot of heat where you need to be on the real incognito mode right now.
Yeah, you're just like, chop it off, guys.
Just chop it off. Just chop.
Though. We'll
keep it in a jar too, just so you can remember it though.
Yeah. Just leave a touch of the scrotum so I feel, I don't feel like I lost it all.
At least you have like half of your manhood there.
There you go.
Oh, man. But yeah, that's what we got going on right now for giveaways. And I got some other stuff. I got some stuff coming up for that too. Like I got some other, like something pretty killer for after this, I'm just trying to help support the guys, I've been talking to Womp Thing and Cody Manson, and I'm working on some giveaways, with those guys, and we're gonna just keep trying to push through and help support you guys, and support the underground and help spread your merch around and maybe get more eyes on it,
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Womp Thing.
Yeah, and the music. I mean, I feel like a lot of people might tune in and watch, but man, you got to also go out and give the music a shot, because that's where it's at. That's where it all stems from. You'll see some badass merch and buy it, but at least give the music a shot. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, there's been quite a few artists. I mean, since I first started watching the show, before I was on it, and even since, like, that I've just picked up the artists and they're on my playlist now, so, I know that if they can convert, like even one person, 1 in 10, bro, that's more people on your shit, get your stuff out there.
Exactly, man. It's always good to spread the music out and get everybody who is not into the shit that we are, but get some more into it, like new people coming in and more supporters in. It's like, that's how we grow.
I feel like there's loyal people to horrorcore in general, but they don't know about every artist out there and how big the genre's gotten. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people think, oh, well, one Juggalo rapper's like every other Juggalo rapper, but not everybody is a Juggalo rapper.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's all sorts of different stuff. I mean, they just get looped in because it's kind of like the genre kind of thing, but there'll be guys that don't sound a thing like each other,
Exactly. And one thing is also beauty about this genre itself. It's like, it's all different varieties of artists who express their own style of music. Like you have your juggalo rappers on this category, but you have those who are not, but still keeping that traditional style to it. It's like what they bring to the table is always unique itself. It's always good to listen. I'm always into like listening to new artists who's coming up, or even those who are still keep going. You know what I mean?
I've got a lot of respect for some of these guys that do what they do. Like, I feel like the Hatchet Man project is really fucking killing it with their covers. I want to see them live. I haven't seen them yet, but I want to see them live. I'd like to get them on the show. Clockwork E, we had Kyle and the Alien on.
Yeah,
those guys are doing Juggalo rap better than I feel. It hasn't been done that good since the Family days, and I'm talking the old Family days, like before 2002. You know what I'm talking about? But they do it in a way. They do it in a way that's so like now It's like updated, so it's fucking badass. And they got like
Bro, Juggalo Penis, that song is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, for
I
real,
love it.
dude.
Unique character, Bill Davis, man. The way he's
Yeah.
like, he could be a singer from the 70s. The way he sounds sometimes. Like, watch him do Give Me a Show live. Like when we saw him at Camp Zool, what was it, 3? Dude, that
Yeah,
shit.
CX3.
I used to have it on my phone, and he is so great at singing that song, dude. It's like you can tell he really enjoys singing. Like I said, there's not enough singing in the underground.
Yeah.
Bring it
Yep.
all back.
Dude, it was an honor to get to open up for them at She-Fest last year. When I got to see them live, the atmosphere they bring is so unique. Especially my favorite song is Let Me See Your Butthole. That was my favorite song.
Let
dude.
me
the
see
Give Me a
that thing.
Show.
Flip it over.
Ever since, like, even when the show was over, we just kept singing that shit because that shit was so fucking catchy. It was fucking funny, and it was fucking awesome. They have great theatrical like style to their music. You know what I mean?
He says, I want to know what your butthole look like. Give me a show.
Now that's
That's
some
a good
baby making
song
music
right
there.
I sent my homegirl Kayla that I work with the fucking link to the video, Boof It, and she was like, I couldn't watch it because of some age restriction. I was like, really? But she's of age. She's like 20 or 36. But so here's the thing. I linked her in the fucking comments of them like playing like part of the video on their fucking page, and she finally got to see it, and she's like, dude, I had to turn it off. It just fucking was insane. I can't believe you'd send me something like that. She turned all red.
Oh man, yeah, Clockworky, they're doing phenomenal. I'm so fucking proud of them that they're getting the exposure that they deserve. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, Chuckles, if you could do a song with anybody from now or from the past or whatever, who would you do it with?
If I would give a top 5, Clockworky, that's one of them on the list I really want to work with. I'll say Kim Dracula, that's number 2. Kim Dracula's fucking sick. I love his shit. I'll say
That's an interesting name drop.
yeah. I'll say Isham, of course. You got to bring the legend on that list right there. 4, I'll have to say Ouija Mac. And 5, I'll probably have to say I'll say in the past, if I would have the opportunity, I would love to do a song with DMX for sure.
Hell yeah.
Like straight up, like he was the main dude that really inspired me to get into like hip hop music to begin with. Like the energy, the style that he put into it. Like he was really from the streets himself, and he brought that out. You know what I mean?
One of the first true storytellers in hip hop because he had ongoing storytelling through his songs about things like Damien and other stuff, you know, like it was really insane how, dude, and I respect that. I like a good storytelling a group. That's why I got into Zool. That's why I got into fucking ICP. The storytelling's important. You got to have something that brings you back to each album that still talks about something prior, but advances on the topic. You know what I mean?
Exactly. If you don't put no meaning or story to your music, then it's just sound like a flop to me. You know what I mean? That's always catches if every artist that catches my attention is like they're good storytellers or they bring that real shit to the music is what catches my attention, you know?
Yeah. Like Doc.
We got a heckler in the audience.
Yeah, I seen that. Doc.
It would matter if he could even get on the show, but you know, we only have cool people on here.
This is the cool table right here.
Yeah, dog, get in the seat with all the other losers.
Laughing my ass off. I put beach boofing.
Beach boofing. Yeah, my girl, she loves that fucking song, man. It fucking, they get stuck in your head. They're so catchy. I can't help it.
Oh yeah, man.
And I heard I seen them at a party after fucking camp. I ain't gonna talk about what went on, but he was sitting right next to this guy, the neck pisser, and they were just going all out, boy. They were just.
Oh man, it was crazy. You're talking about CX3, right?
Yeah, but dude,
Oh
nothing was
God, their
off
tent
limits.
was fucking going off all night, dog.
I think I saw the neck pissa smoke a bowl full of Kyle's toenails just to
Oh.
Yeah,
get
right.
that much higher.
Yeah.
It was nuts, man.
Nobody knows it, but Neck Pissa doesn't take his mask off because he doesn't want anybody to know that he's identical twins with the kid from Stand By Me.
Nothing in here, though.
Straight up.
That shit's
That's
hilarious.
He's a cute ass motherfucker under that mask.
Don't make me find the picture.
Oh man. Somebody
Oh,
Google that
dude.
picture to identify them right there without the mask.
God,
That heckler is
hilarious.
probably just upset because he doesn't have a shot at this fucking thing right here, guy. Mine.
Yeah, that would be great to have Chuckles at camp.
Yeah, Chuckles at camp would be dope.
Oh yeah, I'll love to be at Camp Zool this year. I've been trying to get on there for so long. Hopefully for this year or by next year, I definitely got to get out there with y'all.
That's what I'm saying, man. Camp Zool 4, it's going to be lit. I already recommended. I mean, there's a poll going on in the fucking Forever Face Alley. Pardon my French, I cuss too much. So you go into Forever Face Alley if you're a part of it. You know, you could join. Zooligans are allowed to go in there, you know, and hang out. That's where we all do our thing. But there's a poll going on to vote for who you want to have in there. And you can add people if you want to. I myself added the Womp thing because I told him I would. And
I put a vote on the Womp thing too.
And I also voted for the Michigan Misfits or homies.
Yep.
Yes,
We get them saved with their ransom in full before camp so they can make it. By God, it'll be amazing if they do. I bet they'll smell
You know, there's
like
another
shit.
thing going on in the alley too right now, and yours truly is trying to take it home. Vote for the Harvester for the Forever Face Alley president.
I'm telling
A
you.
vote for me is a vote for a better Zooligan nation.
Vote for your boy.
See,
I
even
forgot all
Chuckles says
about
to do
doing
it.
Something about that. Damn it, Harvester. See,
Oh,
I'm
yes.
over here. I'm slacking, bro. I'm slacking. For real.
Because you probably boofed something before you got on the camera, dog.
The camera's boofing.
Boof.
He probably just has like a little tube that he runs in there, kind of like a catheter, and he just pumps that shit in.
I mean, I could put this up. I made that for the Forever Face Alley. Vote for the Harvester.
Hey.
Right.
You know, we got to get. I mean, I know that he's a part of our clique, so you know we are all fucking rooting for our homie to win. I also, you know, if I could make a second vote, it would be for Big Show Larson. That guy's fucking cool as fuck too.
Yeah, Larson's a good dude, man. I'm actually really stoked to have some solid dudes to run against. It makes me feel like I have to, I really got to put my all in, and that's what I love. I love competition.
Yeah, I sold my Skinner to him because he's trying to get an all Skinner collection. So he's got the Skinner that I had for a while. And
I did a swap out for an OG Skinner, like a Red Wing Skinner that Pretzel had done. So it was a one-off, and it was on a real OG Skinner, so the strap was still sewed on. So it was a wicked tight mask, like a cool mask, and I knew he was really into him, so I did a swap for like some 2.1 stuff. So I was doing my Universal Studios setup.
Nice.
Man, sometime we're gonna have to like go through and look at your collection, dude.
Yeah, I'm at like 171 or something like that.
I know he's got a big ass collection.
I bet he's got a Frost.
Dude, you got a Frost Dweller?
Actually, I just gave it away. I traded it.
No.
I traded a Frost Dweller away. Yeah.
No. I've been wanting one for 3 years.
Teresa's been wanting one for 3 years. Either the Frost, what was it? You want a Frost Roller Or was it
The
the isotope?
isotope.
Is the other one that she
I
likes.
think I traded it to Dennis Melboth.
She loves the fucking isotopes and the fucking. She likes that color blue.
I do.
I had it up on the chat on the thing forever, and nobody hit me up, and he hit me up on it.
See?
Just for free like that?
No, he probably traded them for something. What'd you trade it up for?
Oh man, he traded me a couple of jerseys that were too big for him, and I gave him a couple of dwellers. I can't really wear them. I have one dweller that I kept in my collection. It was my first dweller. I actually got it from Tammy Garbage Pail Michelle.
Yeah.
So it's one of my first masks. It was one of the first like 3 I had. So that one's gonna stay where it's at. It's up in its little spot, and that's where it's gonna live. I'm weird. I'm OCD, and I'm like I hang on to stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially if it's your first match, definitely cherish that for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, that was my first dweller, and then my boy Fester Zooligan, he hooked me up with my very first Forever Face. Was a Stingy Jack 2.1.
Oh,
Oh, and if
Some
you
pretty
don't
dope
have
stuff.
a Forever Face, I was gonna say this too because our homie that also does artwork for us in the past, Zillow Arts, Jay Weasel, has a very extensive mask collection that he's trying to get rid of a bunch of them.
Up over 250.
Yeah, and you can go ahead and you can go in there on Forever Face Alley if you're a faceless Zooligan. It's an opportunity to pick one up for $150 or $250.
Dude, and they're fire too. He's got stage warns and stuff from the boys up. Those are like the 250s. And the dude's got some heaters in there too, like OG shit. Fucking 8-bits, Don-Dons, all sorts of crazy stuff. So, if you're really into getting a really cool first face, oh, here we go again.
I love this mask.
What's that, an ABK mask?
It's a like Jason style Forever Face 13. Yeah.
that is
80K.
fire.
It's not a 13, it's just a hockey mask.
It's a fake one. I don't care. I like it. I also had a Boondocks one, but that was what was the Boondocks one I sold?
A Bango?
That's the one he's got. He gave away. He gave away that Boondock.
Oh, well, that was mine.
Yeah, I had the Boondocks Bango. I did a giveaway with it. One of our first giveaways. It went to actually Cody Brown.
Oh, did it?
So
Okay.
a good Zooligan, somebody good to have it in their collection.
That was supposed to be the only one of those, but something happened and it got lost in the mail or some shit, so we had to make a second one.
Ah,
So we had to make another one.
yeah, that one's still badass though with the ABK mask right there.
Yeah, that thing's pretty rad.
Are you all going to come get your promo cut page? Because if not, you should be.
Oh, look at them plugs.
Plug it up, plug it up.
Everybody loves me.
Everybody loves you more than me.
Another
Yeah.
homie that people should be following too is Jake Juggalo. He just fired up that professional show again this year. And he's been doing a lot of cool shit, man. If you're really into seeing some like creative, funny shit, man, he's a good one to watch.
I was gonna say he has asked many of us to do shows with him in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So the content he puts out not only supports him and his show that he's been doing for over 10 years, but those of us that are on it are supported as well. I play video games for him.
Harvester's Garage.
Yeah, he's always working on bikes. What, does Paulie cook for him?
Oh, Paulie does like I think he does some cooking or something. Paulie's a man of many facets or whatever. That dude's he's a good dude. He's one of my guys. So I'm pretty sure he could put anything together.
And then Scoocha Lucha's wife, the Baroness, she froze a bra.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Colder than a witch's tit.
Yeah, that was colder than a witch's tit. She's a weather woman, she said.
Weather woman.
Emphasis on the man, man.
And shout out to General Deuce out there and that was in the chat. That's a good homie right there. He helps out with some underground radio stuff.
That's my boy,
was
man.
Reckless XYZ or something like that. I'm bad with stuff like that, but he's got his own thing going on. And he's a good dude.
Yeah.
Canadian homie.
Right. See, I've tried to branch out to many a different facets of things, man. Dustin Flower, that won our one of our giveaways, runs Mad Bash Studios. They do wrestling, so it's like I've tried to work with them and their wrestlers to have some wrestling talent on to help us branch out and learn to ask questions and interview wrestlers at the same time. You know, because all this facet of entertainment back and forth between all these different genres, like I was talking about before. When I told the person I worked with, I said, you got to have a good gimmick in this in this kind of line of work. And the same goes for wrestling. You got to have a good gimmick to get over, and you got to be behind that gimmick 100% to get it over. And it's like
especially bringing that charisma into your craft itself. You know what I mean? If you're really into what you do, especially with wrestling, because I'm a huge wrestling fan itself. You know what I mean? It's like every Agua I would go to every weekend, and I would just love seeing every talent that comes out. You know what I mean?
Dude,
it's a phenomenal.
Top tag team, Chuckles.
Oh yeah, we got 15 minutes to go, man. Let's talk some wrestling. What's your top?
Yeah, what's your top tag team?
Top tag team. Top tag team. Okay, I'll say the Hardy Boys, of course. Team 3D. The Lucha Brothers. And I'll probably have to say Too Cool. Those are my top ones right there.
Too cool.
I thought you were cool, dude. I'm so disappointed right now.
Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero are my favorite tag teams for sure.
I got a Fab 14.
Oh my God. All right, I got one for you. What's your favorite storyline?
Favorite storyline? Because I'm such an old school cat because I grew up in the Attitude Era.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because my favorite storyline of all was Undertaker and Kane. Just the brother versus brother ones was so fucking good. You know what I mean? Growing up.
What match was it when they locked the Undertaker's hand in that casket and he dragged that motherfucker all over the place?
Yeah, that shit was fucking insane, dude. It's like they pushed that shit to the limits with that shit. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, yeah. Legion of Doom. That's one of my favorites too, man. Legion of Doom was the greatest tag team.
I'm telling you, man. You hit a good one with that fucking whole because remember the what's his name? Mankind was tied into that whole feud as well because he was working with
Kane
Paul
himself.
Bearer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Paul Bearer at the time before they introduced Kane. And man, it was such a big deal. I remember listening to Bruce Pritchard, Something to Wrestle With, and he talked that fucking storyline over to the ends of the earth. He named his son Kane. He liked that name so much. Yeah. Actually, The Undertaker was originally called Kane the Undertaker.
Yeah, that's right. When he first started up was Kane Undertaker.
Yep.
Yeah, especially the storyline between Undertaker and Mankind was good too, because it's the same thing with Kane and him, where it's just like you had these two crazy like evil dudes just like battling it out to see who was more dominant. It was just so fucking good. It was like more like up that alley because I love something that was like horror, like wrestlers facing each other because it gives a good storyline to it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I need to work on charging my camera. I'm about to die here.
Favorite faction versus faction storyline. Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, I can answer that one real quick. I would say Wyatt versus the Shield versus the Wyatts.
Yes, that's my favorite right there. Their storyline was like hella fucking good. You know what I mean?
Where?
That heckler's going crazy. It looks like somebody that couldn't last 30 seconds in a real promo.
Yeah, let's do some promo cut. That's what Teresa's all about. Man, he's got a lot of fans popping in here. Everybody loves Chuckle.
Love y'all,
yeah,
man.
Good shit, man.
Thank you, man.
So, anybody in here that doesn't know, where can they find you? Like YouTube, they can probably just find you on Spotify by typing in your name, right?
Yes, sir. If anybody wants to know if there's those who are new to my music, go by the name of Chuckklez, Chuckklez. You can find all my music on YouTube Music, Spotify. I'm always on Instagram, Facebook, so definitely check me out, man. It's like always be coming out with new material. Got this new album coming out this year, so y'all won't be disappointed.
And he has music videos out there if you look him up on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
And I'll hit you up probably after the show sometime, and I'll see about getting some merch maybe from you so I can do a giveaway with you too.
Oh, let's do it up, brother.
Yeah, we'll get something going.
The NWO versus DX. It was kind of cool when DX came to fucking WCW's door with the fucking little Jeep with the gun on it, and they were fucking acting the fool, and they were fucking going nuts with the fucking megaphone. That shit was great. I enjoyed that. That was good. I enjoyed the NWO and WCW versus the fucking Horsemen. That was a great time in wrestling for me because it brought me back in. I was an 80s kid. I was born in 81, so I was a Hulkamaniac. I loved the Macho Man when he was the Macho King, Randy Savage.
Yeah, Macho Man was my favorite.
Ultimate Warrior, the Big Boss Man, all those guys. Like, I grew up with that, and then I fell off in the new generation like a lot of other people did. There was like, fuck this bullshit. But the Attitude Era, it wasn't actually the Attitude Era that brought me back. It was WCW with the NWO angle. I was like, but where's Sting? Like, when I started watching, I was like, okay, Hogan's bad. I get that. But where's Sting? And they started showing him so, like, very few times in a month, just hiding in the rafters, and it made me bonkers wanting to watch it more, like, I need more Sting!
Right. Especially that time when he joined with the Wolfpack Sting, the red and black paint on. That was my fucking favorite version of Sting right there.
Yeah, a lot of people like the fucking Wolfpack, man. And it was neat to have that evolve. And it's too bad that the shit hit the fan with that company and it couldn't last. I even thought the silver and black NWO wasn't too bad with Jeff Jarrett, considering that, the talent that you had at the time, it wasn't too bad. And I will say this about Jeff Jarrett. A lot of people don't like the motherfucker. But by God, he made you not like him. That's what made him so good. He was good at being a fucking heel.
It's like if you're a heel wrestler and you have a whole bunch of people just hate you, just want to see you lose anytime, that's when you're doing something fucking right. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I wish I could have seen some of the ECW stuff as it happened. A lot of people
ECW was fucking nuts back in the day.
That's what a lot of people tell you. They're like, man, you grew up in that time period. What about ECW? Did you watch any of that? It's like, dude, I was in the middle of Illinois, and we did not get stuff from on the East Coast on regular channels here. Like nowadays, you could get like Ring of Honor on one of the basic channels, like late at night, almost at like 11 o'clock at night or something, almost before midnight.
Mm-hmm.
But we never got ECW on regular television like people did.
Because it was so underground like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you had to have bunny ears to find it and shit. That's how old I am.
Yeah, I was always going to the video stores and you see what kind of DVDs and VHS tapes that they have. Like my favorite one of all was the barbed wire match between Sabu and Terry Funk, because that shit was fucking gruesome as fuck.
Brood wannabes. I could see how you could think that. I think that the Judgment Day is almost like okay, bear with me on this. This is my theory on it. You know how they rehash storylines and they rehash factions, ideas, whatnot? Well, I feel like Judgment Day is their way of bringing back the Dark Ministry, but in a different way. And me and my girl have talked about this. Damian Priest is the only person since Bray Wyatt's gone that has the look, has the big man look and vibe about him that you wouldn't want to fuck with him. Give him about 10 years and he might be able to be that next badass like The Undertaker. Not saying they could take a spot, but I'm just saying he has some dark roots. He has the fucking presence. He's a big guy. And if you took him seriously enough and gave him the belt and let him run with it, eventually I think he could become respected a lot in the locker room in the future. That's what I'm getting
Exactly. Yeah,
I think we lost the Pissa.
at. Oh, he'll be back.
Yeah, he's like to me like the Puerto Rican version of Undertaker and the Ministry version of it because he has
Yeah.
charisma and he's very talented and he's senior Money in the Bank as well because you never know, he might cash it in at WrestleMania this year because he's a really a good horse worker. You know what I mean? It's like every match he's always in the ring. He's always phenomenal with his shit. It always kind of remind me of like Vampiro's self too because he has like the springboard kicks too. Like he's very like versatile with his shit. You know what I mean?
And the Judgment Day is real interesting because, and I agree with that. I enjoyed the Joker Sting storyline. That got me into TNA. I didn't really watch much TNA, but that got me into TNA. I was gonna say though, with the Judgment Day, it's real interesting because everybody in that group has almost gotten over, except for JD McDonough. And here's the thing:
he's the punching bag of the group, basically.
You got the first guy to get over. You already put fucking what's his name? His brother, Finn Balor's already over. He was put in there in the first fucking place to give them a good push, other than Edge. And then you had what's his name get locked up in jail, and then he for a night in a holding cell, and he thought he was a fucking prison. You know,
Dominic Mysterio.
He got over just because of his shitty fucking, oh yeah, I'll make you my prison bitch kind of attitude he had.
Yeah.
And Rhea got over as like queen of the group.
That's my wifey right there.
And then now everybody's listening to Damian Priest like, whoa, he's the big man. We better listen to him. And it's so weird how it's gone from person to person to person. And now R-Truth, he's getting all this great spotlight out of it too. It's like R-Truth can never do no wrong, dude.
Dude, R-Truth is amazing. Like every time he's like when he comes back to the ring, it's always entertaining. Motherfucker's funny as hell. Like every place he's in.
Yeah, exactly. And he looks great for being over 50.
And he's ageless, man. Like every time I see him, that motherfucker's ageless.
It's one of Teresa's favorite, Ron the Truth Killings.
Mm-hmm.
He works out twice a day, and he's got his own videos and everything.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude. I've respected him ever since I seen him win the 10 pounds of gold. He won the NWA championship in TNA.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
Old Priest.
So when is that show again that you're doing next?
For my next show, I'll be in Tulsa, Oklahoma for March Massacre, starting on March 8th and the 9th. It's a 2-day festival. I got my boys, Had Enough, Unknown Caprice, Wi-Fire, Devil God's going to be there, Buried Inside of Us is going to be there. It's going to be a dope atmosphere. It's going to be all held at Badass Renee's. So this is my first time being out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so I'm excited as fuck.
And you got new music coming out in spring, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. There you go. Chuckles, it's been a fucking great time having you back on, man. And I'm like I said, we're very proud of you man, you're moving up, man. Moving on up. I would personally like to see you do a track with our homie that's been on here, Cody Manson, in the future. I think that would be fresh.
Oh yeah, he and I actually did a song together, Contagious, which is all on my platforms for sure, man.
Oh, you
hopefully soon we'll definitely make another banger out of it for sure.
Okay. Well, you guys have already done one. I'll have to go check that one out. See, I'm getting schooled right here. Right here. Okay, so next week, who we got next week, guys? Does anybody know?
Oh, I can't remember.
Mystery.
I got a memory like what was I saying?
Exactly. No, but in all seriousness, I know we got Doc Russum coming up.
Yes, that's my boy right there.
We need to work on getting Bricks back on too, since he had some things happen. We need to work back on getting Bricks back on.
Hey, man,
since he missed. He's got a lot of cool shit happening. Speaking of like Ron Sambiel and stuff like that, we mess with pretty heavy with a couple of mask makers. Tom Martino, he's kills it. I never seen somebody do. He's a machine, man. He just produces, and he's got some of the dopest sculpts and colorways, you know. And then a lot of crazy stuff coming out of Philbrick Studios. He's been killing it. A bunch of stuff for Legion. He's been doing stuff for like Legion, SON. And his stuff is rad. And then a bunch of killer customs out of Pebs Effects, you know, Pretzulalu. I mean, dude, there's so many talented artists out there that are just doing killer stuff like that. So,
hell yeah, that's I'm a huge mask collector myself. Whenever I see that somebody's putting out works for it, I always reach out to them and say, let's collaborate on something. You know what I mean?
Tom does my sculpts for my normal harvester mask. I had this done by a guy called Ramiro Masks out of Mexico, actually. Dude killed it, so I wouldn't be the only guy on here that wasn't a lucha. But this is basically a lucha replica of my normal mask. So,
oh yeah.
But Tom does a killer job. He's done a lot of stuff for me, and I've had all the other two have done a bunch of paints for me and stuff as well on my my own personal mask. So I definitely like to mess with those guys.
If I ever retire from music, if there was one mask maker I would love to have my final mask made is Tom Savini, because when he did Bray Wyatt's mask, The Fiend, that shit was fucking badass as hell. I would love to get a mask made by Tom Savini.
So I believe Tom Martino went to his school.
Yeah, that's right. He went to his sculpture school. That's how he got his style maker.
He's a freaking, like I said, dude, that dude can just, I don't think there's anything he can't do as far as that stuff goes, man. I've never seen, I just don't know how he works like he does, to be honest with you, man. That dude will he's got it done. So the boys, Alazulu, they've been doing runs of their new mask, and this guy is just banging them out, and he's still managing to set up for a Trans World, which is a big thing for him. He's going to be doing Trans World this year. And I don't know how he pumps these masks out. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And the color schemes are dope. The paint's dope, you know?
Yeah, he's
just a machine.
He's on full on grind mode. That motherfucker never stops working. Every material he puts out is phenomenal.
Yep.
All right. So yeah. I do believe. Is that our next show?
Yes,
March
sir.
4th. Yes, that's the next show.
Doc Gruesome.
Yes, on March 4th. We're starting off the month of March with one of our favorite guests, and this will probably be like the 4th time we've had him on. And we like Doc Gruesome, man. We were very, very adamant about wanting him to come to Camp Zool. And we got him there, man. We got him there. Yeah. Everybody voiced their opinion, and they were just like, we need him there. Them and I think Clockwork, he got the most, out of everybody that was talking about it, they were like, man, we really hope those two groups are there, man. And then we got it. We got it. Yes, and Doc was such a good sport, man. He had his shit set up in the back of the room, and he was just talking to everybody. He was a nice feller. That's a nice
Doc is amazing, man.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude.
So y'all come back next week, hang out with us, and remember, the Michigan Misfits are now a couple of women. Just kidding, Amber and that's Carrie Snyder, right?
Yeah, Care Bear Snyder. Zool Bear.
There you go. We're just playing around. We know your guys are just playing around too, so we wanted to share the fun. But yeah, we'll be back next week. And Chuckles, thanks for hanging out with us. You know, when you get your music finished, hit us up. We will try to help promote, man, and have you on again to talk about it.
Hell yeah, man. I love y'all to death. It's a fucking honor and a blast to be back on here with y'all, man.
Anytime, dude. I mean, we ain't doing nothing else on a Monday. We would be watching wrestling. I mean, I could catch the end of it now, but you know what I'm saying? But just, hit us up anytime, dude. We're usually sitting around bored, so give us something to talk about.
Oh, I got y'all. Oh, yeah.
All right. So, y'all
have a great night, boys.
Love y'all to death, man.
Some Bad Touch gloves at Bad Touch Supply. You can use the promo code Whipstick, and you can get 10% off if that still works. You can go to Come Get Your Promo Cut and watch all of us, including the Harvester as a champ, cut some wrestling promos on each other. I've been lacking. I need to go back and do some. And you can go to the what is there an LSP site you can go to find LSP's music?
Oh yeah. So anybody who wants some like LSP gear from the fam, definitely go at www.gorehotshop.bigcartel.com. We just released our new powdered up tracksuits that's on sale. Donnie Minnis got his new album out, and I think Bloody Ruckus and Michael Lawless got their new merchandise out as well. So definitely get some new gear.
There you go. Hell yeah, we plugged everything. And the Harvester, you don't have any more jerseys coming out, but if he gets another run going, make sure you hit him up because those are some sweet ass jerseys that he's got on there.
Yes,
I'm working on getting some T-shirts done for the old Harvester for President too. Talking to a couple of guys and Keegan Grimm over at Night Owl Prince. Maybe have a couple of done so I can kind of pass them out and slap babies and kiss ladies or whatever,
Or
There you
buttholes.
go. I think
buttholes. Yeah.
I think it's the other way around, sir. I think you're supposed to kiss babies and slap ladies.
Oh,
That
would explain the problem with my demographic.
There you go. You got to get it right before you do it. You got to do it to it. Remember, you got to love the titties.
Yeah, I do. And buttholes.
He's a perfect juggalo. All right. We're going to get out of here. Y'all have a good night. Hordecast out.
What's up?